we don't get that candle crutch. So this is the last week of the free candle.
And here we go, ladies and gents.
And I don't know if you noticed that spell, but we kind of have one of the absolute worst starting screens. We're all the way up in Death Mountain.
Oh, that is extremely gross. You really want to have bombs when you come up here. We'll see how these folks handle it.
And plus, you kind of have to route down through the stairs. And if there's something like Wizrobes or Lionels or Gorillas, that's going to make that trek down kind of difficult. Looks like a pretty easy path down, though. And Thalfon, thank you for the sub. Thank you for supporting Speed Gaming.
Yeah, thanks very much. Helping keep folks on the air so we can have these great tourneys.
And speaking of Wizrobes, we do have Wizrobes in the Overworld.
Hopefully there's not Dark Nuts or Lionels, too. We'll see. Here we go with our first Armos item. Let's see what we...
And that's not going to do much good for us. That's just the lowly heart containers, our Armos item. Not what they wanted to see.
Absolutely not. And hey, thanks to Mr. Broadstone for subscribing for 2 months as well. Thanks for helping support Speed Game.
So it is nice to have the Armos check out of the way in less than a couple minutes. But with it not being any kind of repeatable offense, that kind of takes out that free item for you.
Absolutely. So we know, at least we know now for at least levels 2 and level 1 that we won't have a heart container as a drop item. So any other heart containers, ooh, that meat's not bad, but still, 81's not horrible.
Now, I don't know if you noticed over on Fred's side, Bell, he went to Vanilla 6, and at 4 hearts, he was able to pick up the White Sword Bomb. So not only does that give him the +2 bombs, it gives him the full stack at 10. So he gets his bombs right away, and so he's in pretty good condition as far as bombs go.
Oh, absolutely. That was a great pickup. Let's see what Ellendar finds. Oh, the letter. I don't know if we'll pick up potions, but we have it if we want some Coke or Pepsi. Fred and Ellendar both living in the Deadwoods right now. Just finds a potion shop on Ellendar's side. Let's see what the creator finds. Oh, yuck. Door repair panel.
Killy Papa, no, the ladder does not have to be up in Death Mountain because you can do as Ellendar just did and walk down through the forest and go around that way. So there is a way to get back around.
It looks like fcoughlin found himself level 6, and we smell that small secret, and it was only 6 rupees, so ew. A little bit more exploring here, see what we can find. Wizrobes are bullying Fred around a bit here.
Now, Wizrobes are kind of a double-edged sword. Having them on the Overworld is nice because you don't have to deal with them in dungeons. But when you get them on screens like in the forest where they kind of just fire line you and there's nothing you can do about them, and you have to go all the way back to Death Mountain, that's kind of a pain.
Absolutely. This level 6 is not a bad level, but I think I'd rather dig. We're really looking for levels. Oh, yuck. Dark nuts and pancakes. Bleh.
And no swords, no bombs, no offense. Not coming back to that room for a little while.
Yeah, they may put that off for just a smidgeroo.
Ellendar taking a couple hits in the Dead Woods. I think he gets to the fairy fountain before he dies, though.
Yeah, very helpful little fairy fountain around there. So we're seeing some of our any roads here. There's the shop above the desert. Let's see where this guy goes. Oh, the coast is okay.
And those are some pricey bombs.
Oh, my gracious. Well, thanks, game.
So that is one short of the most expensive bombs can be, so they really want to keep their 10 count high if possible, so they don't have to buy those bombs ever.
Yeah, and that key price isn't particularly attractive as well, 106 rupees there.
We haven't yet seen what our secrets are going to be. We do have one here, and that is a 30 medium, so that's exactly average.
Yeah. Yeah, the blue ring is slightly discounted, but you know, who knows if these folks are gonna get those? They're pretty awesome. Oh, we just found mags in the kind of near start. Oh, look, we found a money-making game. Fred's gonna nope himself out of that. Oh,
Ellendar finds level 2. Fun dungeon to find. It does have that one quick item. However, that item tends to be combat blocked. So without having any kind of resources, no bombs, he may not be able to pick that up yet.
exactly. And level 2 is also one of those levels you can just bomb the bejesus out of to get around to get... Oh, hi, Lionels. Hi. How you doing? Not so good.
So like I was saying about combat, and you can't hug the Lionels either. They don't like that.
No, laser doggies are not fond of hugs. And we just saw Fred get another door repair penalty, and regretfully, it appears it's a max door repair penalty at 25. Ouch.
Ellendar using the pirouette trick to open the northern door, so we can save a bomb and head northward, and we'll see if there's anything up here for him. And it gets the map, not what he wanted to see, and he'll be leaving level 2 for now.
Yeah, right now that's probably best with all that combat heavy stuff. Let's see what else we can find out there in good old Hyrule. Fred is looking around because, you know, corn.
And I believe your co-com is ready, so Bill, I will turn you over to Alsoa. Alsoa, the floor is yours. I'll be in the tracking booth.
Who decided to give me a floor? Anyway, hello, people. And immediately walk into a hut scroll.
That's always good news. Well, you haven't missed much. We didn't find a whole lot, and our bombs are 39, and yeah, that's where we're at right now.
What do you mean we didn't find a whole lot? There's level 1. Or World 1, sorry.
Well, for those of you who don't know, in this game you can choose, at least in the randomizer, you can get where it says level 1, you can get, you know, different things. Ooh, Ellendar finds everybody's favorite level.
This level does not have bomb walls, so he's fine that he doesn't have any bombs.
But that ladder block right there probably isn't as fine.
Minor details.
Details. And those aren't the good kind of pancakes, so you don't want to cook those. And Fred finds himself a beautiful, beautiful blue lagoon of dark nuts. Oh, and a key. That's...
So we have a candle. Looks like the seed is kind of healthy to start. I did catch that the Armos item was the heart container.
Yes, it was.
And it looks like, yeah, that's about it. Oh, and that, but...
Yeah, Fred found that already, but that was nice for Ellendar to get.
Who put the Dark Nuts in level 1 again?
I don't know. Somebody should definitely have a stern talking to him about that.
And also, according to some information in chat, money's not great in this seed.
No,
not because of the large and... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say exactly what you were going to say also. Yeah, it's not because of the large and the medium, but that small is kind of yicky. It's kind of...
And the door repair is, like, awful.
Absolutely.
Oh, you didn't need to... Hey, who put the wish-ups on the Overworld?
Again, someone very cruel and mean.
Or maybe someone that's thinking about their dungeon progress, because wish-ups on the Overworld means you don't have to clear wish rooms and dungeons.
You are right, good sir, indeed. And Fred's just continuing to dig out this World 1. Maybe we'll find some items here soon.
Well, that's a bomb upgrade that can't be picked up.
Yep, that's the magic sword bomb upgrade.
Yep. Which means you'll need anywhere from 10 to 14 hearts to increase your bomb capacity by 2.
Oh, Ellendar taking a death. That's not so good. Gotta go back to the graveyard now.
Yeah, this is like the best archgrade ever if you're not running.
Right. It's definitely not the runner's favorite.
Although I still think Waterfall is actually worse.
That's a very difficult screen to start on for sure.
This could be an item, but that is a lot of the Dong Bros that you can't actually Dong Bro because they don't give you bombs in Swordless. To answer the question in chat, in the Swiss round, you will always start on the wood sword screen. As we get into the later rounds, it'll go to easy and full start shuffle, which will allow you to start in places such as Death Mountain, the graveyard, places where you really only have one logical option to go from. And the rest spots will never be a start screen because it's so easy to soft block, it's literally going to happen every time if you start on a wrap screen, pretty much.
Well, Fred's making some more progress. Let's see if he's... Oh, he's going back with some more Dark Nuts and maybe trying to get that Triforce, perhaps, or just clearing out these Zols.
You might also be trying to build up a bomb count.
Absolutely. With that bomb price, like Dark was saying, we really want to get our 10 count in.
Also, shoutouts to Wizards for HUD clipping.
They know all the glitches. They're Wizrubs.
Ball's Voice are like the best screen scrollers in the game, though. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. They are the best screen scrollers in the game.
Maybe Patra has them beat.
I don't think I've seen a Petra screen wrap yet. Although, if I did, I'd be even more terrified of them.
This level 1 is unpolite.
Yeah. But hey, there's a bunch of bombs. And Fred's gonna opt to go for the blue Darkos.
Yeah, oh, at least you got a heart there. That's good. And looks like Ellendar is going to come up, maybe go through our friend the desert and down it.
You know, it would be nice if the blue Darknuts didn't do a metric ton.
They're dancing.
I was not aware this was Subrosia.
They need hobbies. You know, everybody gotta have a hobby. Darknuts just love getting down.
Also, it kind of helps that Fred is in that Darknut room is in the Triforce room, so...
Absolutely.
You kind of gotta kill it at some point.
Oh, there he goes. Gets his bomb. That's what he was waiting to do to kill that last Darknut. Oh, looks like he's gonna play around some more, and poor Ellendar takes another mean old death on the Overworld.
You know, that is the one issue with the Overworld Wizrobes, is once you get underground, you're fine, but getting underground is pretty much impossible.
Absolutely. Those beams are coming from every direction.
I fear the day the Wizards learn how to shoot diagonally.
That's the apocalypse, my friend. Yeah, Fred doing just a great job here getting some extra bombs to help him move forward. That's why he keeps coming and going to that screen, is so he can get those counts. Now he has 8 bombs. To answer the question in chat, yeah, it counts as 3.
Well, it counts as 3 under certain situations. If you kill the Zol without it moving, that counts as a kill, but if the Zol moves back, then it does not count as a kill, and you only get the 2 gels.
Ah, okay. It looks like Fred got himself his first Tringle piece, so we'll see if he dives back in or if he moves on. Looks like he's going to move on.
An interesting decision, but one I don't wholly disagree with.
Yeah, with all those Darknuts, maybe getting some combat items would be great. He's going to take himself another heart piece so he can be super healthy. Oh, and here we have level 3 for Ellendar. Let's see what we got here.
I think Ellendar is going to be hoping for a red ring or a wand.
A wand would just be fantastic, but red ring would not hurt at all.
No, and I don't see either of these runners saying no to a red ring. It just lets them face tank everything in dungeons, and they can move around the overworld with less hesitation.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, look, more Lionels and bunny friends.
But Easter is over!
Apparently not in Hyrule.
And this is a very restricted level 3 in terms of movement so far.
It very much is. We'll see if we can get around. Oh, God, yuck, that's gross.
It's only 32, so while it is gross, it's not as bad as, say, a heart container or max bombs.
Very true. Fred gets himself another heart, and Hygliok, Hygliok.
Now, there is something to note about the logic. These rooms, such as the one that Ellendar is clearing now, the logic assumes that you are able to do this entire room without doing any spawn manipulation.
But that's not fun. Why would you want to do that?
Depending on the room, you wouldn't, but if you're keeping that in mind, if you see something like a bow that's blocked by Pole's voice, then you know the wand is available before that point.
Very good point. Very good point, yeah. Oh, that meat's not terrible if we do have a meat block. Only 66. Oh, and look, we found the Tringle in board 3, so definitely mark that down and come back a bit later.
What kind of cheese do you think the Triforce would be made out of?
As Ellendar picks it up, I think it looks like a blue cheese cheddar mix, possibly sharp cheddar, because it's very shiny cheddar. What do you think?
I was gonna go with Colby and blue.
Very good choice, and looks like we have that coveted red ring on it as our coast item.
So ladders and 9?
Of course, why not?
With the wand?
Of course, why not?
And then you need the wand to get the silvers?
Oh, sure, why not?
Because, you know, everybody wants to see the seed that lasts 3 hours.
Of course we do.
Ellendar currently bomb blocked out of level 1.
Yep, Fred had dug that a little, but needs some bombs first. Hopefully Ellendar can pick up some bombs here soon and do a little more explorations. And regretfully, it's just an Octorok who steals our money and gives us lip.
Yeah, they tend to do that.
Rude. Oh no, look at those Wizrobes trying to attack. That's not okay.
And there's 2.
Yeah, at least, you know, something Ellendar didn't have that Fred does have is some bombs. So perhaps, oh, it looks like Leok is somewhere in the Lost Hills. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, I don't recall seeing all of the Lost Hills, but I think based on what we've seen of the Lost Hills, that might be a power bracelet block.
Yeah, we've seen quite a bit. That may indeed be. But hopefully Fred can make some progress with some of these bombs, perhaps, and we'll get to see maybe an item. See what happens here.
Well, I think if we do see an item, I think actually the runners might take a boomerang at this point.
Yeah. I mean, any boomerang is fine, even you know, the inferior model, because we really need to get that to at least be able to stun lock some enemies, so you can get them all together, group them up, so they're easier to kill at least. Especially with the dungeons being those Lionels, you want to group them up and only have to use a couple bombs.
And I have taken the approach that the correct boomerang to pick up is the first one you find.
That's a great policy to have, definitely. Oh, and another death by Ellendar. That's... Oh, and Fred got himself some more bombs, which is what I think he was wanting before he went back in. Get ourselves a map, and here goes Fred bombing away, treating those walls with no respect.
Yes, as Chad was pointing out, what Fred is doing there is known as the pirouette. Basically what you do is, the dungeons in the overworld are kind of linked together. So if you enter a dungeon screen, and then go into the dungeon, whatever direction you entered the dungeon screen from, the game assumes you entered the dungeon from that side, which means that if there's a door on that side, it will be opened automatically.
Very handy trick to know. Gets himself another bomb, which is never or another key, which is never not welcome. My double negative there.
That's the room for a Triforce to be in.
Oh, it is, and ooh, yucky. Oh, Ellendar picking up those super expensive bombs. My goodness.
I can't say I blame him. He hasn't been getting the drops he needs.
Yeah, I think that at some point you just have to sacrifice the money. It's average money. Go ahead and make the choice.
Plus, the money doesn't do you any good if you don't spend it.
Right, can't take it with you.
Especially because door repairs exist.
Right? So this is going to be the dungeon heart container. Let's see what else we can find around these parts.
Bull's voice.
Well, that's a bit wand blocked, slash bow block, slash arrow blocked. And to enter in chat, that is the dungeon heart. The bonus heart was our Armos item.
So currently this is an all boards, no items seed.
Sure seems like it. We're about 22 minutes in, and yeah, basically nothing's.
So Fred will get his Triforce out of level 2. So far going natural percent.
Oh yeah, seems like he is. Let's see if he jumps back in and tries to dig that item out, because we really need ourselves some item.
He's not going to.
Oh goodness. We'll see what else we can find around here.
The item could be stuck behind the Bull's voice, to answer the question in chat. But we don't know, because there's a couple other rooms that Fred did not clear due to a lack of resources or a lack of willingness to spend his resources on them. And there is also the wild card of that room behind the Bull's voice. We don't know what's in there.
We shall have to just wait and see. Yeah, and there's just a lot of really heavy combat right here with very few combat items, so. Oh, yuck, and just a money-making game. Let's see what Ellendar comes across here.
I think he was jumping into the cave to get the wizards to spawn a little better, but man, they just have his number tonight.
They really do. Need some Wizrobe protection. Maybe you should get some Wizrobe insurance.
Well, I mean, there is the big shield. It does block Wizrobe beams, which is 100% damage reduction if you block them.
Good point, but they love to shoot you in the back because they're cruel. Oh, here's some hints. Okay, so level 1 has a boomerang.
Best item ever.
Lord Banana, all hail.
Fred is up to 9 hearts and has almost nothing else.
He always found his hearts.
Did he buy the other 2 hints, or is he opting not to buy those right now?
It looks like he's opting not to buy them. Maybe he really, really wants the boomerang and that's all he truly cares about.
He might also be concerned about having to buy bombs or bomb upgrades at some point.
Yep, definitely. With the way this season's playing out, he definitely has to be thinking, am I going to need more bombs or upgrades? So that probably is a good play on Fred's part for the moment being.
Now that is a very nice arrow price. I would not be surprised to see one of the runners buy those at some point.
No, those are definitely well-priced shooters. And we're just kind of retracing steps that both of them went through, so looks like Ellendar is ready to jump into one, and Fred found 33 rooms of pure horror, as someone likes to say.
Look, we just know that this dungeon doesn't have any bomb walls, so as long as Fred doesn't try to bomb his way through this dungeon, we're okay.
Yeah. Hopefully there's not too many bunnies and Darknut friends, or Lionel friends.
All of the above.
Well, keys aren't bad, and looks like, let's see what Ellendar is going to do. Not going to play with those Darknuts just yet. Well, yeah, usually, to answer chat, 7 does have bomb walls, it just likes to be cantankerous.
I'm not convinced. The amount of bombs you spend on average in 7 trying to find bomb walls is far greater than the amount of bomb walls you actually find.
Yeah, it looks like Fred says, nope, I'm really not into 7 right now. Deuces.
Well, I mean, it kind of can't go anywhere.
Right.
Although that does mean ladder will be outside of 9.
That's good. That's good for our runners, so we'll have to find some other way to taunt them. Maybe a vanilla 9, silvers and red. Or no, we can't. We have that on the coast, so silvers and wand.
I would be in support of this. However, if we're gonna go full troll, bow and 9 to get your silvers out of another dungeon.
That is a little cruel, but that's okay. We'll see what happens here. Let's not be too mean yet.
For those of you that have never heard me do a commentary, this is normal for me.
Looks like Ellendar is just going to keep trying to dig out that the stuff, see what happens.
As Fred is contemplating his next motion, looks like he's going to go search for 8. Or was it 6? One of the dungeons is up here somewhere.
Yeah, Gleeok's returning and he finds 8 right now, speaking of which.
No bomb hole to the south.
Nope, this is a great level to find for us. We found one to the right, so 8 has 2 items both in staircases, and we find our first staircase. Let's see what we got. Besides bunnies, that is.
Survey says a transport. You can insert your surprise here.
Surprise, ...
I'm gonna go with supplies.
That works. Looks like Ellendar is going to give that blue Darknut room a go, see what happens, because that could be an item staircase very well.
This could be a wand. Because, logically speaking, you can do this room with bombs, as Ellendar is demonstrating, although you do have to be careful about what way you're facing. Fred finds a second stair in it, and it contains the wand.
Oh my goodness, what a great find for Fred. That is just going to open it wide up for him. Hopefully Ellendar goes there real soon.
Yeah, at this point, the seed is basically... Again, he's not go mode, he still needs the ladder, and he still will need the... Oh, well, now we know it's in 7.
Actually, thank you for once, game.
Open a book. It's reading I'm still waiting for the book. So there's a couple new options for the book with the randomizer. Unfortunately, one of those options is not the book, is a defensive boost. As broken as that would be.
Very much, but one of them does give us the Atlas option as well as the hints. If you guys like to see some of those, stay tuned to the next couple rounds. We're gonna show you those. Fred takes that staircase and goes on. Oh, more hints. Let's see what happens. Oh, not enough money. Sad Fanda.
But we're not gonna see the third option for the book, which is a little bit explosive.
Yeah. Yeah, the boomstick option. Oh, look! And Fred found the 8 Triforce. Excellent. And we'll see if he digs back in or if he does indeed go back to 1 and 2 and kind of clear those out now that he has some combat.
Honestly, I think it goes back to 1 and 2. They're smaller dungeons than 8 at this point, and he knows where both of them are. Well, never mind.
No, he is determined. Never hurts to dig out 2. And oh no, poor Ellendar takes another death. Overworld, you are really mean.
And that's a tough one to take because he already placed the bomb. It's another heart for Fred. I mean, he's now eligible for the magical bombs.
Yeah, he could have even more bombs here soon. Let's see what else he finds. Oh, nice. Well, at least it's just a fiver. Just a bloopy.
A nickel. This Goma is just kind of just gonna chill for the next eternity.
Yeah, definitely. And this definitely could be our... Let's see what happens here. Oh, just some rupees. That's always...
Gels, everyone's favorite enemy to hate.
Oh, look, it's more enemies we all love / hate here. Let's see what happens here. Oh.
You know, if the enemies would cooperate, this... Okay, that's a stair entry.
Oh,
hey.
Here we go. Let's see what we get for our second item in 8.
Fred's gonna opt to kill the Gleeok. Probably looking for a key. Gets a
Oh my goodness, look at our item. That is excellent with the ladder in 8. Good choice by Fred to dig this out.
So 8 has everything.
Basically. Oh, look,
but
and
5 is on
Ellendar
Death
has
Mountain.
found 5. Yep, 5 is on Death Mountain.
Fred is gonna find 3. I think if you're Fred, you just finish out everything that's in the northeast and grab the red ring.
Absolutely, you do. You definitely want to get that red ring, but yeah, finish this up and then go grab your fancy schmancy jewelry. Oh, well, that's a quick Triforce in 5.
So now the question is, how much are you willing to gamble? And I mean that in terms of, how much are you willing to gamble on the 9 items?
I think it all depends what else you get. Obviously, if, all you're missing is, the bow, maybe you dig 9, but if you're missing multiple items, I think you're better off digging multiple dungeons. At least that's my thought, but I'm nowhere near as these runs. I'm not even a 5th as good, while Ellendar picks up that 5 Triforce. Oh, look, there's 3.
I think the biggest deciding factor is, do you have the silvers or not? And the reason I say the silvers are a big deciding factor is if you're missing the silvers, there will be a hint in 9 for the silvers, but there won't be a hint in 9 for any other item. Or rather, there could be a hint in 9 for the silvers.
Yeah, so that's a good point.
So if you're just missing silvers, I think you just take 9.
Yeah, that would be a good strategy. At least you get some idea of where stuff is, whereas other items, you just gotta, oh, maybe. Look, we get another key and some bombs. Level 3 being all kind and stuff.
That's what happens when your wizards are on the overworld, just wrecking face. And as is being pointed out in chat, that 3/4 chance does not take into account meat or life/money rooms. Because the meat block can be a 9, and I have seen where the meat block Zelda.
There is Fred picking up his 3rd Triforce piece of the game. So let's see what he does now with those items he got.
Wasting absolutely no time, going straight back into the dungeon.
Yep, gonna dig this one out. So he's gonna be looking for some more things because we got a lot you have to give.
And generally speaking, it is better to remain underground as long as possible, in so much as the more time you spend underground, the more likely you are to find your items.
Absolutely, especially with the whiz robes on the overworld. We want to limit our overworld exposure.
The map. The compass.
Super useful.
The stair.
Now. The item soon.
The item. The flute. The yuppie. And onward he goes.
And we'll see where he heads to. Look like he's going to screen scroll over to vanilla level 5.
And I think that actually may change Fred's entire routing pattern. Because now that he has the recorder, he doesn't necessarily need to route his way over to 1 and 2. He can just kind of go about his path and just whistle to them eventually.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, well, let's see what he's going to do. He's going to take that other heart. He's a very, very healthy little Gibdo.
And when you consider the red ring on top of that, he'll have an effective 44 hearts going into the rest of the seed, so we can kind of just face tank everything.
Yep, face tank incoming.
Ellendar is still searching out this level 5. I'm actually really hoping there's something important in here so it pays off.
Oh, absolutely. With the amount of work, you always want to see. Name that tune, friends. I didn't catch that.
That is definitely a long one. To answer the question in chat, no, we do not know where the silvers are yet. We have not seen the hint, nor have we physically seen.
And Fred definitely heading for his red ring on the coast. Oh no! Dug out that whole room for nothing as Fred picks up his red ring. A little frustration around. Looks like Fred's going to drop himself back into level 2, kind of kill some of those things that were blocking him before. And Ellendar decides to go ahead and leave level 5, which is understandable.
Did he retry? Because he looks like he has the exact same stuff he did before he went into 5.
Yeah, he does.
I'll assume he didn't retry and there's a bow on the ground in 2.
Let's hope for that.
Man, everything coming up Fred right now.
Very much so.
It is tough when 2 major items are in the same dungeon, because then it makes the play to not go to that one dungeon just that much worse.
Yep, and with...
But again... Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, but again, there's no way for Ellendar to know that both the ladder and the wand are innate.
And as we just saw, the bow is on the floor in 2, so 8 is just essential to get so Ellendar can start making some progress, and we're back in our favorite huge level of happiness.
Again, while I know the physical bomb walls exist in this level, I'm convinced that they don't. Well, I know Ellendar is heading the right direction. He's going back to 1 for now, but he is in the right area to go into level 8.
Yeah, that's good. Hopefully he finds it really soon and can get some progress. Looks like here in a Room of Magenta, we're going to kill some Zol.
Now, I think if you're in level 7 at this point and you have the recorder, I honestly think you just get the Triforce and leave. You've really got no reason to think this dungeon out now versus later when you either know or don't know you have to.
Well, we already saw that hint that the book was in 7, so he's going to go Triforce and go this level.
That's right. Totally forgot about that. Thank you for the...
No problem. It was a while ago, so it happens.
This will be a quick 7. I believe it's Fred that saw the hint for the book, because I want to say that was an 8. That is the worst feeling in the world. When you do the thing correctly to kill the Dark Nut, and the game just decides to throw it on top of you.
Yeah, that's very sweet of the game. Oh, and there's Fred's Triforce in 7. He is just burning along here after now he's got that wand.
Have we seen level 1 yet? Or not level 1, level 9 yet?
No, I don't believe we have.
That could prove to be a very, big factor if line decides to be like something, I don't know, raft or power bracelet blocked or whatever.
Well, at least we can check, that one recorder spot we have at Recorder Lake, so, we'll see what else we need, so let's figure out where else we're gonna go.
These Darknuts are not cooperating at all for Ellendar.
Oh gracious, they're not. Just trying so hard, and they're just disco dancing away from him every time.
Well, there's level 6.
Yeah, we had saw that earlier, and it was, it's kind of icky, because, it's icky.
Based on the way that Fred is currently going, and the fact that he hasn't gone back to 3 yet for its item, although I don't recall seeing it.
It is the Toot Toot, it's the flute.
Oh, yep, that's it. My apologies, folks.
Oh, there's something we wanted. There's the Annie Key, ladies and gents. That's a great, another just amazing find by Fred.
And at this point, Fred, based on the items that we've seen, he knows right now it's a 40% chance of Silvers in 9 because we don't know what the second item in 1 is, or the items in 4 and 5. That's a bomb upgrade.
That was a pretty standard bomb upgrade. He had 10, got 14, so, not, more, but, good to have some 14 bombs.
And it is a little bit cheaper than vanilla, so he has that going.
Oh, look what we found. Blue Lamolas.
Well, there's level 9.
Which is also pink. What a lovely color palette we have this evening.
I think that's the Pepto-Bismol color. Do you think Fred has enough hearts? I think Fred has enough hearts.
I don't know. Maybe he needs some more hearts. Looks like Ellendar picks up a bomb upgrade at the grave there, so now Ellendar has 10 bombs.
We should probably point out, Ellendar is still running on 4 hearts.
Yeah, Ellendar is just not have very much luck. This seed has been kind of cruel to him.
But props to him for sticking it out on 4, and there's his 5th.
Absolutely. Major, major kudos.
We get a hint in 6 that says, at the grave is the entrance to death, so Fred now knows the location of 9, sort of.
Sort of, kind of, probably. He checked the grave pretty thoroughly before, so he had gotten the white sword is only 4, so he kind of checked around, so he probably knows where he needs to.
However, that leaves him a 50% chance of a power bracelet block, so he may go dig for that.
Quite plausibly.
There's no getting around it. Fred's got to spend a key that he has infinite of here. It's a compass. Let's see if Fred opts to dig for the eye. Again, we've already seen the item. I'm forgetting my dungeons. Ellendar's threatening to retry.
Thinking about it.
He's gonna take it. And I guess seeing that T-room, we should probably talk about how the randomizer will never force you to ladder clip in order to complete a seed. So if you see a T-room, there will always be a way to the other side of the T.
Exactly.
I'm waiting for Ellendar to pause, because I want to see if he actually did retry and give up the Triforce in 5 to keep his bombs.
Yeah, that will be interesting to see. Hopefully he had, I don't think he had saved since 5, so we'll see what happens here.
Fred is currently running on 3rd gear.
And there is his Triforce number 6 for him out of 6, so just gotta go back to 5. I don't think we've seen 4 yet, also.
And before 4 is draft block.
Don't
At its
be
vanilla
mean.
location.
Oh my.
And you have to get the raft out of level 1. Because it's the only dungeon we don't know the item in yet besides 5.
Oh goodness. Oh,
And
it
we're
looks
hearing
like
from
they're
chat-
saying that, yeah, like you were gonna say, I'm sorry about that. He doesn't have his Triforce for 5 anymore, sadly.
Don't ever feel bad about cutting me off, because I do it all the time. So where's level 4?
We shall keep searching. But the thoughts of a PB block for 4 are getting closer and closer, or a raft block.
Fred is going to check Death Mountain. He will come across level 4, or level 5 rather. Old news! Old news!
Jeez, thanks, old guy. Or thanks, Octorok man.
Okay, it's not raft blocked.
Okay, no raft is required. To that particular hint means that you won't need the raft to finish the seed. So, no raft block this time, regretfully.
Perhaps more importantly, that actually increases the chances that raft can be at 9.
Very much so. Hopefully that puts the silvers elsewhere, maybe in 4 or 5, or the second in 1. Fred found himself level 5, which he hadn't seen yet. So, let's see what he does. Maybe we'll see the item.
One way to find out, he's got to dig. And he's got ample resources to dig. So Ellendar takes another Overworld death, just struggling to get started on the seed.
Yeah, this overworld is just brutal. Looks like Fred's gonna go ahead and pick up his Triforce in 5.
He is going to go back in for the item. I don't disagree with this at all.
No, it's exactly what you want to do. eliminate possibility.
+5 is not necessarily the largest dungeon in the world to dig.
No, it's not level 7 by any means, or even level 8, so it's a fairly fast dungeon if you have no KME set. Oh, got some much needed bombs.
And there's no bomb wall. Ellendar just trying to get the screen map, it's not cooperating. Which is really unfortunate because there's no quick way to get to this side of the world without doing this.
Yeah, going down through, the Lost Woods is quite a trek, and those screen scrolls, they can be tricky.
Absolutely. It's kind of tough to say whether the pixel placement or the actual the one-frame tap is the harder part. It really does just depend.
Absolutely, and especially if you're playing on emulation software, to nerd out a minute, the input lag can take, a bit from you. So Fred's going to push this block here and find out it's a troll block. He was jibbing.
Bonus points if you play on keyboard. Screen scrolling on keyboard is I would say it's extremely difficult to do, but doable.
Just gotta practice. And yes, great use of the wooden arrows here. Fred's gonna try himself that there ladder clip to go north in that tea room.
And Fred is now up to 13 hearts. I'm pretty sure he could just pick... He's got an 80% chance to pick up that magical bombs.
Oh, and here we go. Here's our item. Let's see what we get today.
Denied.
Oh, that's not very nice at all.
The stairs do not agree. There is no item.
Oh, poor Ellendar having such a hard time with this overworld, just trying to get some places, and it's just not letting them get very far.
I almost wonder if at this point you're better off just going ahead and taking the long way through the Lost Woods.
I think it would save time at this point, if there's anything there you can check, you're just better off because, you're just, regretfully, screen scrolling is great when it works, but if it's going to be naughty. Okay, so it looks like our red candle is ladder block somewhere. We'll see that, we don't know where it leveled in, but it does need a ladder. Get to it. Oh, it could be right here.
Yeah, that was a ladder block to get to this room. Okay, well, the most indirect hint about a dungeon item.
Yeah, that was, like, hey, go to the next room. Hey, have a candle. There you go.
And I think Fred is going to go right back to 1 here.
I think he is as well.
This is important. Because the way the screen is arranged, there is no block in the middle where you'd be able to stand if the whistle dropped you off there. You get dropped off 1 screen below the, whatchamacallit.
Yep, below the lookout spot.
Man,
I
just
love
when
Ellendar's persistence. Just keep going. That's just so. That's that's so admirable.
And I mean, he is trying his absolute darndest to make this happen. It's just unfortunate that the screen scroll just isn't cooperating, and he's not able to really get moving because of that. Have we seen the South Coast? Yes, we have.
Yes, we have.
I'm trying to think of what places we haven't seen that aren't power bracelet spots, because we may well be just power bracelet blocked outright.
We well could be. And chat pointed out something great. We have not seen the forgotten spot. It has been, forgotten.
And Ellendar does get the screen scroll after much perseverance.
Good job, Ellendar. You got it.
And is immediately greeted by the wizards. Welcome to Zelda 1 Randomizer. There's
and
the boomerang.
there we find Lord Banana.
Well, now he's gonna have cooked banana. I don't know if you just straight cook bananas ever.
Bananas Foster.
Is that a thing?
It is. It's a delicious dessert.
Joke's on me, I don't eat bananas ever.
Oh, looks like we may see something else here. We got going. Oh, there's that elusive power bracelet. Let's see if 4 is indeed power bracelet box.
I think that almost confirms that 4 is power bracelet blocked, which actually, based on what we've seen, there's now a 66% chance that Sylvia's are 9. Which tells me that if Fred doesn't see an item on the way in 4, I think he's just gonna go ahead and straight gamble on 9.
I absolutely agree with you there. Also, like you said, there's a hint there, and you know Fred knows that he's just gonna book.
And I really don't. Okay, well here's 4.
Oh, howdy 4. It was indeed PB block.
Honestly, I think with a maximum bombs of 14, unless Fred wants to... Okay, you can pick up the magical sword bombs. You're guaranteed to pick them up now.
Oh, Fred loves his hearts. He hearts hearts.
Honestly, I think he's gonna go pick them up if he knows where they are, just so that he gets a bomb refill.
I believe he did see those, so he may indeed do that.
I'm curious as to what hearts he's missing.
Not many. The obvious.
Ellendar's starting to get working up that coast. He may find his way towards level 8 soon.
Oh, sure hope so for Ellendar's sake. It is a Valentine's heart. It's a Valentine seed. Oh, there's our ladder block. And that is a required meat block. Excuse me.
The meat.
The meat.
This seed is Putz approved. Okay, so now you gotta stop all of your adventuring and go grocery shopping.
That's inconvenient.
So now Fred needs to find... Okay, he's found the cheap meat shop, but now he needs some money to buy it with.
Oh goodness, yeah, he doesn't have enough money, so he's gonna need to do himself some farming here.
I think I see this going one of two ways. Either he's gonna try to find some secrets so he can get some free money, or he's just gonna go and farm fivers.
Understood. That's a good idea. And Ellendar picking up another heart, so becoming a little more healthy. And a question in chat is, Ellendar is behind. Yes, he did lose, he did a save and he lost a Triforce in 5. Just has had a lot of issues with, the game being kinda naughty and giving him those, whiz robes in the overworld.
He's gonna make it into this stair, we hope? Yes. And it's rewarded with the door.
Yeah, exactly. He got mugged for getting in.
This seat is actually legitimately awful.
Kinda, sorta, yeah. Especially if you didn't find the wand as quick as Fred did, so...
Although, he's headed that direction now. Maybe, just maybe, he will get his wand. And if he does, he's probably gonna burn it.
Yep, he has his, Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, and here we go. Into 6? Oh no, poor Ellendar, not another one of those.
Another denial of just Wizard standing on top of him. I think Fred is going to go get his bomb upgrade.
You know, he is. Now he has 16 mobs.
Yep. And he's just dropping the meat everywhere.
He's leaving Hyrulean flavored snacks for all to enjoy on his way to level 4.
You know, I've never heard of the Haunch of Meat Trail, but I have heard of the Breadcrumb Trail. Yes, chat pointing out that the bombs are 39. Our money in the seed was 630, 100, and minus 25 for... Oh, and a ladder block, too.
Yep. And
Yep.
although there goes the hand that ate its yummy, yummy meat. Snacks for all monsters. Oh, that's a nice clock pick up there. Get all those bunnies in a single shot.
You know, I think we can call this a right order seed. And that by doing the dungeons in the right order, which means you do 8 first, then you do 2, you pretty much have everything you need to get the seed rolling. So, yeah.
Yeah, I very much feel like this was definitely that, you know, everything was kind of locked behind that 8.
Yeah, there's a triangle.
We find the triangle. Let's see. It looks like Fred is going to dig a little further, so we'll see what we have here.
Now, that triangle can actually be gotten around by a ladder clipping. You don't have to pick that triangle up. What you need to do is you need to ladder clip, and then when you're on the fake tile, quote unquote, also Silver version 4.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Now Fred is in the go mode.
So, with the ladder clip to get around the Triforce, what you have to do is while you're on the fake tile, quote-unquote, of the ladder clip, you can move in all 4 directions. So what you do is you just move down onto the other part of the Chevy room, and then you can just skip the Triforce and whatever items on there.
That's always good. There he goes. And Fred has his 8th triangle. And he's going to our lovely Pepto Pink level 9 for all of us to enjoy. Now, there are some important things we got to do in level 9. Can you tell us about those, Alsoa?
Well, the runners are going to be listening for the roar of Ganon. As well, Ganon has made his walls relatively bomb-proof. They are not soundproof. And they're also going to be looking for a single shutter room where the shutter does not open after killing all the enemies. If they find that room, then they will have found the location of Zelda. Conversely, if they find, after killing Ganon, a shutter door that opens immediately, regardless of if enemies are in the room or not, that will be the location of Zelda, as her shutter door is specifically tied to Ganon.
Yep, absolutely. And here we go with this. And as Fred said during 9, yeah, definitely please give these runners a follow. They're putting on a good show and trying just their hardest to give us a great. Also follow my lovely co-com, Alsoa, and our tracker, Dark Falls. They would appreciate that too. Don't follow me. They'll only see a blank screen most days.
But for the days that you don't see a blank screen, do give my co-com Belmore to follow. So, what you're going to see Fred do is the normal strat of 9, which is where you just keep going up.
Yeah, that's always the way you want to finish that first column first. Oh, our friends are there. Hi, Danger Noodles.
And Ellendar is once again going back into this level 1.
Oh, gracious. Ellendar needs to find level 8. That would be best path of action here, but you know, we gotta appreciate the persistence.
Well, he's She might be thinking that the wand is behind that blue Darknet room, and we know it's actually nothing.
Yeah, yeah. That whole commentators, viewers, knowledge, but yeah. Poor thing. Mean old game.
And that room on Fred's side is an example of a room that... Or this room. It's a... Well, no, actually not this room. The room that Fred was just in with the diamond stair. Because it had one shutter door, it was imperative that he cleared that room to verify that that is not the location of Zelda, or is a location of Zelda.
So our search is still on for the Piggy Wiggy and for Zelda.
Ellendar has cleared the Darknet room and has found the block does not push.
I think the meme fits here. Feels bad, man.
Absolutely. Also not like this. So if you're Ellendar at this point, do you try to go back into that cave that you were denied of with the wish robe?
Possibly. Maybe you head somewhere else and see if you can get anything else done. Yeah, you know, there's so much left. You just have to kind of prioritize what you think might be good.
I mean, he's not seen the locations of level 8, level 4. That's it, just 8 and 4. And I think if he sees level 8, he's going to go right in for 8.
Oh, at this point, you absolutely have to, especially, with an hour 6 in, you do the most value, and it's level 8. And we hear Patra, but I don't think we heard Ganon there. I
am one of those people that I can't hear Ganon do Patra. And...
It looks like we did have Zelda, who is Ganon, right behind that Patra. So Patra was hiding Zelda for us. Let's see what we can do here.
Yes, and the reason it's Zelda is because Fred is playing as the Gibdo, which is one of Ganon's minions. He's actually going to be rescuing Ganon from the evil Princess Zelda in this alternate universe where Link is also just a bunch of clones of whatever enemy you're playing as.
And we have Royal Jelly, ladies and gentlemen. Fred just has to find him. Oh, and we found our raft. That's always good. So now we just have to find the poor lonely Ganon in his lonely little room. Let's see where we find him at.
You know, you could say that Zelda actually kidnapped Ganon's dad, turned Ganon's dad into the sausage links that is the raft, and is now holding the bacon hostage.
Oh my.
Also compass find. And okay, well, that's a good sign.
It's a very good sign. Let's see where we go from there.
We do know that there's only going to be one way to get into Zelda's room, and that's going to be from above.
Well, nope. We can't go through that wall. That one's bomb-proof.
Next. Okay, there's a door.
That's good. Gets us in the right column at least. Now we just have to head down.
Yep. There's another door. Fred is just going to face tank the rest of 9 at this point, I think.
Yep, absolutely. We're getting awful close here.
And to answer the question in chat, yes, these two runners are playing the same seed. And the way you speedrun it is you find all of your stuff, find the door that opens with the Darknet still in the room, and there's your Zelda.
And ladies and gentlemen, Fred found our dear friend Ganon. He finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 47 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for Fred, please, guys.
And for those that are just joining us or have joined us recently, the main difference in this seed between these two runners was that Fred found level 8 and was able to get the 2 items out of there, which were the wand and the ladder early. Ellendar still has not seen level 8.
And I think we're going to have an fcoughlin here soon. Hey, welcome, Fred. GG. What a good seed you ran.
Thank you. A very scary one there. All those Dodongos was evil.
How could it have been scary? You had, like, all of the hearts.
Well, yes, there was a lot of health there, but I kept considering the fact that I pretty much 100%ed the seed aside from finding exactly one item, magical boomerang being that one item. It's a little bit scary because, especially when you're playing someone as good as Ellendar is, that's always a recipe for potential disaster.
And just unfortunately, guys, it looks like Ellendar, after working so hard, has decided to forfeit. Let's get your GGs and chat for Ellendar's hard work.
Yeah, the biggest difference between the two of you guys is Ellendar has... I don't think Ellendar has seen level 8 yet.
Oh, that would do it.
Yes, he was really struggling to get his wheels going on the overworld, and that just... He also spent a lot of time at level 1 believing that, My thought is... His thought was that the wand or something of value was going to be in level 1 in that double block room with the 2 dark nuts.
Oh, yeah. Easily, I mean, it easily could have been. I just went with the, I decided to just, get out of there when I originally was in there and said, you know what, the resources it was going to take to fight the combination of dark nuts and I think there were Gibdos in that. No, they were in the Lionel set. But whatever combination of enemies that was in there with the Dark Nuts, I said that was not going to be worth trying to fight that with a lovely candle. I think there were Vires in there too or something like that. But regardless of what it was going to be a tough fight. So I said, let's get out of here, come back a little bit later on, hopefully with a couple more hearts, maybe some bombs or a bomb upgrade somewhere or something, and ended up getting lucky on that aspect.
And it looks like we're joined by Ellendar. GG on a really disgusting seed, Ellendar. You were so persistent.
Well, I mean, it's over now.
Sorry, man.
I assumed there was
that was a tough
place to get started. I just couldn't. If I had a boomerang or like anything, I couldn't afford bombs. I didn't have any money. I kept resetting over and over again to use the same bombs and kept finding dungeons that were blocked in one way or another.
So that you're aware, there was a screen that you had bombed open near the end of the seed where that wizard just stood on top of you. Right next to level 1.
Okay.
That screen was level 8.
Yeah, I spent a bunch... Once I, couldn't clear 1 over and over again, I started hunting for 8, just looking around. I just kept dying.
And the items in 8 were the one on the ladder.
Oh, yeah, that explains why I tried to complete it. That's...
It was cruel. Just straight up cruel.
Well, I don't feel bad anymore.
Yeah, no, I got lucky on that one because I got the Triforce out of 1 and said I'm coming back later because I didn't want to have to do that, and therefore I had, at that point, 7 or 8 hearts to tank that screen to get into level 8. Did I die with the first time? I don't remember if I died there the first time or not, but I definitely had a bunch of health. I think I actually did come back there later on because now that I'm thinking about it, I got distracted by the shininess of the forest and went down a bit. But when I came back up there, I had a lot of health, and so I was just able basically to face tank that room to get up to get into the level. And then the wand ended up being pretty early, I want to say, in the level there, and that made it a bit easier at that point. But yeah, the start of the seed was rough without anything that you could use to try to reliably kill stuff.
Yeah, I ended up digging 5 and not being able to clear that, and then I dug 3, but the item there was ladder blocked, and I spent forever digging 1, and I assumed that triple Dodongo room was the push block room there.
Yes, that's what it turned out to be. That had the power bracelet in it, which unlocked level 4.
Yeah, I had the hint for a power bracelet block, and I had the hint of the location for 8. And so I had enough to put everything together. I just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Fred, we almost had to yell at you because I had forgotten that you guys had seen a hint for where Gliok lurks, and we were thinking it was going to be in its vanilla spot.
Yeah, no, as I said, fortunately I saw that hint, so and then I paid for one of the hint shops. I paid full, and we saw the sale not to save the princess, so I knew Gliok at least wasn't going to be there. I knew he was going to be somewhere in the desert there, but my issue was just trying to find where the power bracelet was, and then gambling. Oh, it must be in level 5. It can't be in the second item in level 1 because I know there's a boomerang there somewhere. But when I got into level 5 and then discovered the red candle there behind the ladder block, I was like, oh, that is evil.
I mean, it wasn't the hint for the item that's in the dungeon you're in, just indirect.
Yeah, the old man was trying to help me, and as soon as I saw that, I went down a room. I saw a river. I'm like, oh no, that's what this is going to be, isn't it? And yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was a little impolite of him. He could have given you something good like silvers, but no, here, just have a candle. Okay, thanks, bye.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, don't get me wrong. The candle could have been good in a completely, different circumstance. But yeah, on this sea, it just ended up being something that would let you, if you really needed to go farm bombs, to put some Zols out of their misery a little bit easier.
Speaking of Zols and putting them out of their misery, that was quite the display of bomb forcing on the Zols to get that Triforce and level.
Well, thanks. I mean, I knew I was low on bombs anyway, and they existed, and I figured I could bomb the Dark Nuts a bit, and if I ran low, I could just back out and finish and get more bombs. So I essentially had the infinite bombs as long as I didn't die to the Dark Nuts there. So especially on a seed like this, the bomb capacity is vital, and so I just had to do what I could to use renewable bombs there until I got some other better weapon. As I said, I knew I wasn't going to come back to that level. I knew I was done with one and dart until later on. I was hoping it would never be needed again, but clearly that turned out not to be the case. But we had the wand at that point, so it made the second play a little easier.
Yeah, one was definitely much easier with a little bit of offensive firepower, and the fact that, getting a red ring lets you thanks tank.
Yeah, just a little bit.
just a smidgeroo. So we're in our last week of Swiss, guys. What have you thought about the flags for this Swiss round? Did you enjoy them?
I'll give Ellendar a chance to answer that one first.
I thought the Swiss flags were really fun up until this one. I mean, that's just things happen. I mean, I think my odds of beating Fred were not great anyway. But
I don't know. You're a lot stronger than you give yourself credit to be, having looked back at some of the stuff that you've had to go through. So it's these flags actually ended up being a really fun balance. The fact that they start you with the candle really help people. I find. I mean, admittedly, I've been playing this for a little while now, so I've got a little bit of experience with a lot of the different modes. So I've seen swordless a bit, and starting with a candle obviously helps out, I think, the players who maybe aren't as familiar with it. Gives you a chance to actually get combat and not have to be trying to hunt through the map right away. It's really interesting because then, depending where you start, you can directly go into exploration mode instead of having to okay, I've got to go find those open caves. Now I've got a candle, so even if I start down near start, there's some bushes I can burn too, which might be more efficient than I normally would be. So it's been fun from that perspective. It's a good mix, I think, of the flags here. I'm going to be interested to play some more of the bracket flags soon here. Start seeing some of the, potentially the Elite 8 flags at some point. I've heard monster tales about some of them that I don't know if I want to see the existence of these Elite 8 flags. But as I said, the opening bracket ones here have been really nice. It's been really nice too getting to use the new bomb upgrade thing that I ended up. Someone suggested shortly before the tournament. I was like, you know what? We probably could get this in, and took a bit of playing around with it, and then we're able to get it in. And I think so far that's worked out reasonably well.
I must say, as somebody who's been following this since 3 years ago now? Whenever the first tourney was, soon after that?
I was to say probably. We're very quickly approaching the... Oh my gosh, we have 4 years now? Wow, we're almost at the 4-year anniversary of the first release. Wow.
The amount of time, blood, sweat, tears, and whatever other things he wishes to probably not describe to us, this man has put into the randomizer is absolutely monumental.
Absolutely. We all owe this great fun to Fred and obviously other contributors, but definitely you see Fred in chat, thank him for giving us so many hours of joy and fun and trolling all our friends in the Zelda community.
Well, thank you guys. I mean, this community has been what's really driven this. I've done this a little bit here and there, but the fact that people come out there, people like playing this, it's just awesome getting to see these types of things happen. These community tournaments get together, everyone get together to work on this. The commentary team here, the tracking team, everything like that. By the way, plug to anyone out there. These guys have done awesome in terms of their talking. I'm definitely looking forward to going back and listening to this, but give them follows, give the tracker a follow, give everyone follows or who's involved in this community. The admins, again, have been great on everything. Community has all these great ideas, have really helped out, and so it's awesome. Thank you guys.
No problem. Thank you. Now, coming up next, we still are not done, ladies and gentlemen. We have another race coming up. So next up, we have Sis Crusher and Angry Larry. So that's going to be a good match. Remember, tomorrow we have 3 more matches tomorrow. Let's go over this real quick before we wrap up. We have Catastrophe and Liquid Husband. Looks like that's going to be at eating. Hold on, guys. I have to I have to do my military time. I'm terrible at it.
I think that one's at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm on the West Coast, so I'm always subtracting 3. So we have a 9 p.m. Eastern, we have a 10 p.m. Eastern, and we also have a 11 p.m. Like I said, Liquid and Catastrophe are going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then a match I know everybody is anxiously awaiting. We have the Crystal Saver and the Fury SK. That's one of our 3-0 matchups. And we also have, looks like Alan Heffley and Zoas at 11. We also have some other races. So, yeah, definitely stay tuned for Sis Crusher and Angry Larry. It's going to be a great match. Stay with us for that. So, final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen.
Good game again, Ellendar. Sorry about the rough start there, but as I said, you've been playing great in this tournament so far. I'm looking forward to see how things go in the brackets. So, best of luck to you.
Yep. Thanks. Thanks for everything.
Any final thoughts from you, Mr. Alsoa?
I was going to make some comments about how we could have had a required item in 9, but I think the seed gave the runners enough of a runaround that I'm okay with that. And having been on the receiving end of the required item in 9, I'm totally okay with it not happening.
Me too. Great race again, GG. Thank you so much to you, Alsoa. Thank you so much for Dark Falls for tracking for us. Again, the standard, let's follow the runners. Let's follow all our comms teams. We'll go ahead. We'll wrap it up for the evening. Thanks for listening to us yammer for an hour and a half about Z1. Y'all stay tuned for a great race. Have a great night, and I'll let you wrap it up, Alsoa.
I mean, he kind of wrapped it up really well, so I'll just echo what you said, and please do stay tuned.